Welcome to the Juicy Music Lounge. How are
I'm
you?
finding you.
I'm good, thank you. So you're celebrating 30 years being part of the music industry in your
Right.
very own right, becoming a legend with a lot of classic hits like Make It Last Forever, Twisted, Nobody, and to hosting your own radio show called The Sweat Hotel, to songwriting with top of the line legends and different artists, to now landing a residency deal in Vegas at the Flamingo Las Vegas Hotel. So to hear all of that, amongst the fact to also hearing platinum selling R&B artists next to your name, and still sustaining your career as far as you have, how does that feel?
Well, it feels great to me to be able to actually do all the things you just described, as well as doing Vegas now. I just feel like I've done everything else, so that was the next step. It used to be a time where when you did Vegas, it was more like you had to. It was a retirement thing. It was like, yo, I'm at the retirement home now. This is Vegas, the retirement home. But now it's like the who's of who's does Vegas in the early stages of their career and when they're at the top of their career.
Okay. And now, with many not knowing that you originally started before the music industry as a stockbroker and then transitioning to an artist, like, how do you feel that helped you in the music industry, and how did you transition into becoming a full-time musician?
Well, I mean, in business, it helped me business-wise because I had a good idea as to what I wanted as an artist. So for the last 20 years, I've managed my own career. And, I think pretty much after, I had a few managers in the very early stages of my career, but then I realized, I could do it myself because basically, it's the same principle. You get a contract, go to a lawyer. You know what you want from what you don't want, and that helped me sustain and build my brand, as well as go out and get other acts and things along that line. So. I mean, those things. I mean, when you have a business background, it always helps you in anything or transitioning into anything else you want to do that might, have something to do with business. And that's why they call it the music business, because it is a business.
And a lot of people do sometimes completely flop in the music business. And so, in another interview, you stated that you don't believe that there are any artists today that have that potential of becoming legendary now. Do you currently still feel that way, or?
I don't think it's because they can't be. I think it's the music nowadays that everything sounds alike. It's no diversity, because if you hear one person sing something, the other person is singing the same thing. It's like, and it doesn't have anything to do with the music. I think it's more so the producers, because if you got a hot producer and who's hot, and he's doing songs for everybody, everything, but everything is going to sound very similar. So you can't, like when Luther Vandross had producers or someone produced for him, they were actual songs. So, and then someone else was producing for Freddie Jackson, and I was producing for Keith Sweat, and Teddy was producing for guys. So everybody had their own identity, and everything did not sound alike. Nowadays, if you listen to the radio, everything sounds alike. So I'm not saying they're not talented enough. I would never say the people are talented, because you have very talented musicians out here, but it's just the material, I should say. It's just like you have a great actor who is playing a role, but he's getting bad roles. He can act, but he's just not getting the material to really show people his real potential.
Okay. And so, you being a legendary artist in your own right, tell us why you wanted to release the new album, Make It Last Forever.
Well, Make It Last Forever, when I released the album back in the day, Make It Last Forever was, I just wanted to become a star. I wanted to be, known as, now everybody know, Keith Sweat. And I've accomplished, to that degree, what I wanted to accomplish. I mean, I had doors open for me, or I worked myself to the point where I could have doors open for me. Now that, that album opened a lot of doors because there was a lot of great records on that album, and that album touched a lot of people. For that reason, I got the shot to do a second, the third, a fourth, or the fifth album, and it opened a lot of other doors for me.
See you last night, saw you standing there, couldn't picture the color of your hair, and all I wanted to know, were you really there?
See, when I'm doing shows with other people, it's more like a time thing. I'm rushing because other people on the show, and when it's my show and it's my residency, I'm able to, connect with people. I'm able to have fun with people. It's more intimate. It's more like, come on stage and sing the song with me, that type. Vegas is one of those type of places where you interact with people and people interact with you, the musicians. Everybody, it's Celine Dion, Jennifer Lopez. You have to be a real performer in order to do Vegas, because it's more so an interaction. It's not just getting on stage singing and going through a show song to song to song to song to song. It's an experience. There's not one person that doesn't know that album. I mean, that album, like the first time I released the album, that album sold like 3 million. It's been so long, that album probably is up to over 10 million probably, because people have bought it, rebought it over. So it's like, I just thought in it, and it did exactly what I said it was going to do, or I wanted to do. The album was called Make It Last Forever. That's what I wanted to do, make it last forever, and I'm still in the game or the business, so I'm happy about that.